Ratropolis combines roguelike deck building and tower defense with real-time strategy gameplay. It's a cool twist on the deck builder formula by making it more of a real-time strategy game. Lead your small rat outpost to safety and defend your rat citizens from predators and monstrous creatures. Build the largest Ratropolis and etch your name into rat history. Choose from over 120 cards of economy, building, military, and skill types to execute your strategic commands. All leaders begin their journey with a deck of 8 basic cards. Building an efficient deck is key for protecting your rats from waves of rat-thirsty enemies. Add, remove and upgrade your cards to create a deck worthy of a true leader. Defending your rats in the city will be a challenge. Get aid from advisors with talents in finance, defense, or leadership. They will provide you with better options when chaos arises. When the city falls, your campaign will end, but with every end a new beginning is born. Unlock new cards to expand your options and make each defense a new experience. While the game deck mechanics is very similar to Slay the Spire, the design choice to make all leaders share the same deck of cards limits replayability and makes all leaders really similar in gameplay. While most of the criticism comes from the lack of replayability and balance problems, the most important part is that the core gameplay loop is enjoyable. Other negative reviews came from people playing many hours. In other words, they enjoyed the game until they have solved the puzzle, so to speak. They found the optimal strategy, and once you do, the replayability really does take a hit. That said, it will take a bunch of hours for you to solve the game meta. The game is being updated, so there is room for change still. In a nutshell, this game is a very polished game. You play a defense game where your units, economy, and development are linked to a deck built throughout a session. It is hard. You will lose a lot. But there will be an aha moment where you understand what the game wants from you, and suddenly it will be rare to lose. For the first 20 to 30 hours, there's enough variety to satisfy even veterans of roguelike card games. Like Slay the Spire, you can work your way towards some absurd combos. It's quite satisfying to see a wave melt after a single twang of your crossbow rats, or having a single greatest rat wipe the floor with a boss. Beyond that, however, and the lack of depth is clearly a downside. The difficulty curve in this game, right now, is really challenging. A unit composition may smash one wave and be overrun the next. A lot of this is down to the RNG present in the game. Waves can spawn on one side only, meaning all of the enemies on that side get doubled up, and can really mug you if you're already falling behind the curve. Overall, it's a niche game. If you like hard games and you like defense games, then this is right up your alley. You will have to forgive some minor issues, but you should get solid enjoyment for the price. This game is in early access on Steam since November 2019. It got over 1,600 reviews so far, with over 90% of them being positive. Here are some of the most helpful Steam reviews about Ratropolis.
Recent patches have removed the severe difficulty spike, and now I feel the game is a fun, relaxing deck builder. Now I can play on easy when I wait to have fun, and up the difficulty when I want to challenge. The graphics are polished, the gameplay is fun, and overall I find this is a solid deck building game. An interesting type of roguelike. I like the concept, but a lot of stuff is opaque, especially combat. Hoping that those things get refined, but an entertaining game at its core. I don't feel like I'm really in control of the settlement at any point in time. Whether I can expand or upgrade or not is entirely up to the RNG, which just feels weird. I can have 600 gold stored up, and I won't even be able to build a humble house. The military is almost always out of my control as well, and moving them between walls takes so long that it'll almost always be too late if a wall falls. I really feel there should have been more non-RNG ways to interact with the game, like building upgrades or maybe a few more skills that is purely coin activated, rather than by card. When you lose, it's suddenly and seemingly without warning, with no real way to make a comeback. An easy and enjoyable game to spend time playing. The challenge is real, it looks cute, but it's as unforgiving as it is rewarding and enjoyable. Really fun game that has just the right amount of cute, challenge and replayability.